With 2015 behind us, I think it's the perfect time to start getting hyped for all the great things waiting for us in the new year. And by that, of course, I don't mean personal growth, or life lessons, or milestones, or anything that we earn or strive to, but things that we can buy, media, to consume. There's looking to be a lot of it this coming year, so I've made another handy-dandy list, this time of the 16 things I'm most looking forward to in 2016. Number 16, Horizon Zero Dawn. I bought my PS4 over the summer for Batman Arkham Knight, and I haven't purchased a game for it since. Yes, I know about Bloodborne and Metal Gear and Until Dawn and all those other games, and some of them do seem interesting, but I think that the next game I might have to get is Horizon Zero Dawn. That is, if another entry on this list doesn't come out before it. There is nothing in this trailer that doesn't grab my attention. An Earth reclaimed by nature, multiple playstyles, archery, a plot about survival and exploration over war or something else like that. Oh, and robot freaking dinosaurs. And this is just the first entry on the list. Number 15, The Metrograph. I'm pretty sure this one only applies to New Yorkers, so I'm sorry for everybody else. But this February, we're getting an all-new indie theater. That's right, so if you're sick of the IFC Theater, the Angelica, East Village Cinemas, Film Forum, or one of the other many art and indie theaters in this great city of ours, we're getting another one. So at the very least, that should hold me off until that Brooklyn Alamo Draft House finally opens. But I am excited to see lots of film at this new theater. Number 14, DC's Legends of Tomorrow. The CW's The Flash is one of my favorite television shows right now. It perfectly captures and translates everything that makes The Flash great in the comics, and adapts those fun and familiar heroes, villains, and concepts to television. It's everything a live-action Flash really should be. Legends of Tomorrow is an even more ambitious project by the same people, and they're bringing Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Firestorm, Captain Cold, Heatwave, the Atom, and not Black Canary together to form a super team in order to take down Vandal Savage across time. This is a creative team that understands and loves comic books, so I trust them to create something mind-blowing here. And it's already been confirmed to have Grant Gustin's Flash make an appearance, so I expect things to just go completely nuts. Number 13, Star Fox Zero. Star Fox skipped the Wii, so I'm incredibly excited for this new Wii U entry. Sure, the series' high point is still its entry on the Nintendo 64, but this looks to finally be the one to topple it. Finally bringing Star Fox's unique brand of not quite on-rails flying, shooting, dogfighting fun into HD would probably be enough to win me over, but all of the added and upgraded vehicles and the new play modes that they seem to promise only makes me that more excited to see what's been developing in the Lilat system over the past 10 years. Number 12, Fire Emblem Fates. Next to Super Smash Bros., Fire Emblem Awakening is my favorite game on the Nintendo 3DS. I've been a loyal fan of the franchise from its initial US release on Game Boy Advance, and I think that Awakening is undoubtedly the best in the franchise so far. It perfected the series' particular strategy RPG gameplay, and its pacing was so that you could take the game chapter by chapter, or try and marathon the entire campaign in one sitting. Not to mention the memorable cast of characters, all of their many possible relationships and romances, and the story that we followed them on. I can't wait to see what the team who perfected Fire Emblem have up their sleeves, and how they plan to top themselves this time. Although, to be completely honest, I'd be content with just more of the same. Number 11, the new Gorillaz album. I'm not much of a music guy, not in the same way I am with film, comics, and video games at least, but if there's one band that I'm truly sentimental for, it's Gorillaz. My uncle introduced me to the band when I was 8 or 9, and I immediately fell in love with the cartoon characters, and have followed them until the band's breakup after their 2010 album, Plastic Beach. Yes, I know there was an album after that, but it was only made by half the band, so Anyway, in that time I learned to love their actual music even more than 2D Noodle, Russell, and Murdoch as characters, and Demon Days is one of my truly favorite albums of all time. Anyway, after about a 5-year break, the Gorillaz, both of them, have announced a new album to come out in 2016, and I am waited on bated ear. Number 10. Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Is this really a surprise to anyone? I mean, I don't expect this movie to be all that great. But even if I expected this to be the worst movie ever produced, it's still Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman together on the big screen. That's honestly kind of the beginning and end of it. The DC Trinity, finally assembled in cinemas. Even against all my better judgment, I can't help but get really hyped for this one. Number 9. Desierto. From Alfonso and Jonas Cuarón, the people who brought us Gravity, that film that won all the Oscars in 2013, comes Desierto. And as great as Gravity is, Desierto looks to top it. Seemingly a modern update to The Most Dangerous Game, mixed with maybe some Wolf Creek, Desierto is about Mexican immigrants trying to cross the border into the US while being hunted down by a vigilante border patrol officer. And holy shit, what an amazing premise, right? And what a beautifully shot trailer, too. Gravity managed to engage with just the threat of falling. This one raises the stakes to someone actually gunning for our protagonists. Number 8. Hail Caesar. Have the Coen brothers made a bad film? They're two of the strongest, most talented filmmakers working today, with a proven track record in comedy, drama, and everything in between. And Hail Caesar has such a brilliant and Coen-esque premise. Production of a Golden Age Hollywood epic is halted when the A-list lead, played of course by George Clooney, is kidnapped for ransom, and we follow the guy who has to get things straight. It's as Coen a pitch as 8 Cowboys Trapped in a Log Cabin is a Tarantino one. It's also their first pure comedy since 2008's Burn After Reading, I think. So I am in for some serious Coen laughs. Number 7. Kubo and the Two Strings. I have loved everything that Studio Laika has made. Sure, that's only 3 films, but each one is beautifully animated and touchingly told. And Kubo looks to be a bit of a change of direction for the studio, with a lot more Eastern influence than they've previously had, and a film that looks primarily to be about adventure. We don't know much yet, but I have no reason not to expect great things from this. Number 6. The Nice Guys. How is this only Shane Black's second movie since 2005's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? I feel like this guy has already proven himself as one of our best director-screenwriters, even with only 2 previous directing credits under his belt, and the last movie he wrote otherwise that I really remember being Last Action Hero from 1993. Either way, I still believe that both Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and his last film, Iron Man 3, have earned enough good faith from me to be justifiably excited for The Nice Guys. Kiss Kiss, after all, is still one of the best neo-noirs, and a hilarious one at that. So if The Nice Guys is only even that good, it'll still be the second best noir comedy we've had since Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Shane has done genius work before, and hopefully he can pull a hat trick. Number 5. Captain America: Civil War. Age of Ultron was kind of a letdown, and one of the reasons for that might be that this is the movie that Avengers was setting up for. A loose adaptation of one of Marvel's most famous storylines, Civil War finally pits hero against hero, creating a split that should have ramifications through the entire third wave of Marvel films. Besides bringing back Captain America, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Vision, Falcon, War Machine, and the Winter Soldier, this one introduces Black Panther and, finally, Spider-Man to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Being that Spidey is a constant top 5 of superheroes for me and my favorite Marvel character, I am over the moon with anticipation for this debut in a Marvel-produced film. To be legendary for reasons besides having the most superheroes in a single movie, though, this movie will have to nail some pretty tricky plot, character, and emotional stuff. But judging from that first trailer, and that this film is being directed by the same Russo brothers that made the amazing Captain America: Winter Soldier, I have nothing but faith that this is going to exceed all expectations. Number 4. Pokemon Go! I am a severely lapsed Pokemon fan. I haven't picked up a game in this series since Diamond, and I really had no interest in returning to the franchise, which I felt was just becoming stale, repetitive, and dominated by the metagame. That is until I saw this trailer. Pokemon Go is what a Pokemon game in 2016 should be. It seems to finally bring that childhood fantasy of roaming around the world, collecting Pokemon, to reality. And by being on a mobile phone, it engages that ubiquity and mobility that this game really does need. It's as close as you could possibly get to Pokemon in real life. And if it's anything as awesome as that sounds, Nintendo will probably surpass Apple as the world's most profitable company. I may have given up on the franchise, but I don't think that any kid has ever truly given up on being a Pokemon master. And Pokemon Go might finally be able to pull me back into Pokemon. Number 3. Telltale's Batman game. An overall safer anticipated release of 2016 than the last couple. Telltale's recently announced Batman game will almost surely be great. Telltale has proven time and time again that they're one of the best storytellers in video games, and that they know how to adapt anything into a game that will offer moral dilemma and narrative weight. And Batman as well. Batman, a creative well that has no bottom meets a studio whose creativity seemingly has no bounds. I think this is a safe bet for 2016 Game of the Year contender already. Number 2. Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther. So, if you're familiar with this channel at all, you know that I love comic books. They're probably my favorite thing. And I think that so many comic writers are geniuses, from Brian K. Vaughan to Scott Snyder and Matt Fraction and so many others. But Ta-Nehisi Coates, the man writing the next volume of Black Panther, is an actual certified MacArthur Grant-winning genius. And Black Panther is just the perfect book to put him on. Besides being a huge fan of the comics and the character himself, Mr. Coates won his Genius Grant mostly for his writing on race and culture, specifically his experience growing up black in the United States and the systemic racism he's noticed in his lifetime. So who better to give this guy than the black superhero, the one named after a civil rights revolutionary group? I don't think it's too far-fetched for me to believe that this might be the most important comic book since Mouse, and the first superhero book to be taught in school since, I don't know, Watchmen? I think I've made it pretty clear, my expectations for this are through the roof. And the thing I'm looking forward to most in 2016 is, number 1, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky promises the world. Many worlds, actually. And from everything I've seen of it, it might just deliver. A game that seems to have as many goals and ways to play as there are stars in its sky. This might be the video game to just end all other video games. Whether you like ground combat, air combat, or space combat, No Man's Sky looks to have you covered. Or if you're more like me, it seems to offer unlimited possibility for exploration. A game that, to borrow a turn of phrase, begs players to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no one has gone before. Comparable maybe only to Minecraft, No Man's Sky has seemingly created an entire universe, and leaves the possibilities up to the player. That's my list. What do you guys think? What are you most anticipating in 2016? Games, movies, books, albums, anything at all that you're looking forward to? I'd love to hear about it, either in the comments, or make a video and post it to me somewhere on YouTube, or at my Twitter, at ToadsMcOats. Thank you for watching this video. Again, this is just a fraction, tiny bit, of everything that I'm looking to experience in 2016. And there's a whole lot more, and I hope that I'll be able to share a lot of that with you guys. So if you like this, please like and subscribe, and have a great new year.